Hey there, I'm Trisha, your Joyologist, and I call bullshit on allowing your past to define you, allowing your past to define your future, allowing your past to define your right now. And this works in big ways, but also in very small ways in what we tell ourselves all day long. So not allowing your past to define you. This could be some things that happened in your past. Maybe ways that you acted that you're now like, I cannot believe I did that I acted that way, that's who I was. Maybe some things that happened to you. And a lot of those things don't have to define you. They could be creating you, that they created an opportunity for you to learn and grow. Maybe even if there are ways you did not want to grow and learn, but they happened. Those things have happened. And instead of being defined by them, you get to create who you are right now. And those experiences may have shifted who you create yourself to be. So not allowing yourself to be defined by things that happened in ways you think about the past in those big ways, but also in very small ways. We tell ourselves things all day long. Here's a very simple example. Earlier this year, I signed up to do my first trade show for my product lines, which means beautifully displayed booths where like things are like, you want people to see your stuff and it looks great. And I immediately got in my head and said, how am I going to do this? I'm not good at hanging things straight. I'm not good at hanging things straight because in the past I have not been good at hanging things straight. I just don't have that. I hadn't had that. And I was putting this stress on myself saying, oh, I'm not good at hanging things straight. I better hire somebody. What am I going to do? And just by me stopping and saying, in the past, I haven't been hanging things straight, that I edited the voice, the phrase, the belief in my head. And instead of living into, I'm not good at hanging things straight, I went to, in the past, I haven't been good at hanging things straight. If you can tell, there's an energy shift there. I'm not good at hanging things straight. To, in the past, I haven't been good at this. And then it allowed me to be in the past. So what do I want in the now? I want to hang things straight and I want to feel good about it for this event. So I figured out some ways that helped me to do it. Like, oh, I'll use this and this. Instead of like other ways that I'd seen other people hang things straight that didn't work for me. And I got to that event and people are like, wow, that's just such a clever idea of how you're using these things to hang things. That I became someone that can be good at hanging things straight if I want to. But all day long, I'm such a procrastinator. In the past, I have been a procrastinator. I want to get this done now. To notice what you're saying to yourself, telling yourself, because then you're then living into it. I'm so lazy. I always pick the wrong men, partners. In the past, I've been really lazy around this. In the past, it has been hard for me to wake up early. In the past, I've chosen some really bad partners. But all of those experiences have taught me, have gotten me to see that I want to get this done. I want to get out of bed so I can do this and feel this way. I want to choose a partner that is there for me. Create a different way of talking to yourself and out in the world, and then you actually give yourself the opportunity to step into it. I didn't plan that stepping into, but that was fun. I call bullshit on letting your past define you in the now, in your future, period. Our pasts are part of us, but they don't have to define us. I have some really awesome parts of my past, and maybe I do want them to somewhat define me, and that's cool. But also in every moment, I get to create who I am and what I want for myself, and I don't have to be attached to this version of myself, even the awesome ones, because that can hold us back too. Sometimes you grow out of something and you're allowed. So sometimes even defining yourself by, I was a successful CEO, I was a badass sound engineer, I was, and that does somewhat define me, but it more I allow it to create who I am in the world, and that's what helped me to be able to leave that version of my life and create a new one, to become less attached to what I was defined by my job title, by things that I had done and said. And that's why I call bullshit on allowing your past to define who you are. Start to edit your language, edit your beliefs, and then step into that. All right? I'm Trisha. You can find me at Your Joyologist for all things. Please listen to my weekly podcast, Claim It. It's on all platforms. I have conversations with people who intrigue and inspire me every single week and get into the journey that they have followed and are still following to get them out of their way and living their lives for themselves.